friends, welcome to a new session on web application development using Flask. So in this session we are going to continue with the request object, and now we'll be focusing on the concept of cookies. Cookies is the temporary data which will be carry forwarded to all the pages of the respective application. Now most of the time we require such kind of information to be carry forwarded, so we need to use the cookies in such cases. So let's see what do you mean by the cookie. A cookie is stored on a client computer in form of a text file. It's a purpose to remember that and track the pertaining to client's usage for better visitor experience and site statistics. It's a request object which contains the cookies attribute inside it. It's a dictionary object, like all the cookie variables and their corresponding values a client has transmitted will be stored inside it. In addition to it, a cookie also stores its expiry time, path and domain of the site also in it. In Flask, a cookie are set as a response object. We can use make response function to get a response object from the return value of a view function. After that, use a set cookie function to response object to store a cookie, and reading the cookie back is easy by using the get method of request.cookies attribute is used to read the cookies. So just take an example like email ID that I want to persist through all the pages of the app, or the username that also I want to persist to all the pages of the app. So I'll be making use of in a cookie object, and then I can use that information through all the pages of the application. So let's see how to make use of the cookie. So for this case, we'll be making use of a login page, and that login page will enter your email ID and password. Once it is entered, the email ID will be carry forwarded in all the pages that we'll be creating here. So at least 3 HTML pages and 1 Python application that will control whole system that we'll be creating here. So let's see. Let's create a simple application first. Like I'm creating a login page here. So let's create a new file which will be a login page, okay, that we will create in the templates folder. Okay, so let's create a login HTML. Okay, so here a simple HTML page will be created that will contain the login information, okay, login page, and if you go to the body, okay, let's create a form here. Let's add the action first. So it will call the URL, like for example success. Okay. Okay, by using the method post. Fine. So here we'll read the username and the password, or email ID and password. So let's create a table here so that it will be easy for us to write. Okay, so in this table let's add a row. In this row I will add my entry of data. Okay, so first of all I'll add the email ID. Okay, email ID. Okay, just a minute, let's make it somewhat easy to understand. Okay, email ID, and that email ID will contain the email as the input type here. So let's have the input type to email. Okay, so we'll be entering the email from that, and the name will be providing as the email there. Fine. So input is completed, and after that we'll add the password also. Okay, so I'll carry the same data. Here I'll add the password, and that's a password box. Okay, input type is password, and let's assign the name to it as pass. Okay, a simple table we formulated, email ID and the password. Okay, and at the end will having, okay, so it's all they're added in a single row. I don't require that, so it will do. Add separate rows here. Okay, see, this is how the rows in the table are added. Okay, and here we'll have the input type is equal to, so let's have a submit button, so will be okay. Fine, let's finish it. Okay, I think it's completed. Your row is not completed. Finish the, okay. Okay, fine. Simple application. Okay, HTML page I'm creating. When I'm clicking on that, we'll go to the success link here. Okay, so let's open it. Let's go to the templates folder and open the login page. Let's see how it's looking like. Yeah, email ID and the password. Okay, so let's see email ID and let's enter some password. Okay, so it will go to success page. It's working fine correctly. Okay, so in this way we'll be having some, okay, more formatting is required. I need to change something, the table that I'm creating over here perfectly. Okay, so this data is formed, data is ended here, and for input type also we'll add the data. Yes, so input type also require the data. And before the row ends, we'll end it. Okay, let's say it is created. Okay, fine, simple page, and now we'll go to the success. Okay, so success is again an HTML file, okay, that we'll be calling, but before that we just have to connect the login page to your Python file first. So let's create the Python file for this. Okay, so let's give a Python file name as cookie. Okay, cookie.py. This file will be taking, and then let's create the Flask application for this. Okay, Flask, we require to import Flask, then render template, then we need to use make response also. As I told, make response also required for us, and request. Okay, these are the common things that we require. And let's create the object of Flask. Okay, let's go to the main and run it. Yeah. Okay, so the first route, that is what we require. When you start application, your login.html should run first. Yeah, exactly. So login.html should run. Let's have the root application here. So we define the login function. Okay, so as we define the login function, we'll return the vendor template. Okay, which one? Login. So when I open my page, I'll be opening the login.html file first. Yeah, that's it. So simple login I have created, and now the second case, I just given the name as success actually there, but I don't require the success. I'll just make use of the success. So when it is success, then what exactly the information will be there? So I'll be passing that information to the success. Okay, so we have mentioned the success also there. Success is the page that we'll be creating here. Define success. Okay, now In this success, you will be checking now whether you are getting the request information or not. So, if method is equal to post. Okay. So, here I have to apply the methods also. Okay, so methods are get and post. I will apply only post. Fine. Okay, if it is a post, if request dot method is equal to post, sorry, this is how it should be, like that. Yeah. Okay. Now I will be extracting the email and password separately. So, let us create one variable email, and from the request dot form will extract the email, because we know that in the form we will be getting the information. Okay, so request dot form, and what was the name? Variable pass, which you have passed. Remember, don't use pass here because it's a keyword. Here you can make use of it. Fine. In this way, we'll create it, and then okay. So when request is post, then we'll be extracting email ID and password from there. Fine. So unused variable, we'll be using that now onwards. If now after that, if password, we'll be checking the password is correct or not. Okay, so admin 123, for example, I require to use this password. Our password is equal to admin 123. Then we'll render the response. Let's create a response here by using the make response variable, make response function. I will render the template. Okay, so which template to render? So success, for example, success.html. Okay, success.html. This will be rendered when the password is correct, and along with that response, now here we'll be putting the cookies. So response dot resp dot set underscore cookie. Okay, so with the help of this set underscore cookie method, I can set the cookie. Which cookie I need to set? For example, email ID, I need to set as email. Okay, here like that. Okay, so I am creating a response object there. That response object, it will send a response, create a response from the success.html. It will be creating, and along with that, for this particular page, I am passing the cookie email. Okay, it's like response dot set cookie email, and return it. Return response. Okay, like that. Fine. So in this way, we'll perform the operations. Correct. Okay, fine. So this is the way that we set the cookie. So this method we have used here, set cookie, used to set the email ID as the cookie. So this is the name, that is key, and this is the value that we are setting inside the respective thing there. Now let's create one more kind of function, or one more kind of function which we use to redirect to errors. For example, if my password is not correct, then we'll do something different else. So what we have to do? So let's return render request, or let's redirect to, okay, so let's redirect to the error. Okay, so let's use redirect. Let's read the redirect from here. So request and redirect also will be returning. So what we will be doing, we'll make use of redirect here. Redirect to, okay, URL for is also required. So many functions I am using there. Okay, URL for underscore for. Okay, so URL underscore for. Let's create one more function there. Error. Okay, error means when password is not correct. When password is correct, then only cookie is created. If it is not correct, then we will be redirecting the request to the error. So we need to create one more function which is error here. So pp dot route, let's go for the error. Okay, okay, if the error is there, then we will return the vendor template error.html. Okay, when password is not matching, that time the cookies will not be created, and I'll forward the error.html there. Or okay, don't create it. let's create a simple application here. Like I don't want to create that, just return something like wait a minute, let's return something like enter the correct password in the bold. Okay, strong, let's use enter correct password. Okay, let's finish this strong. Okay, that's with response, HTTP response, HTML response will return when the error is achieved, mean password is not matching. I'll redirect to the error functions. Okay, error function will be returned, will enter the correct password. That's it. So when you start with this, a login page will be there, and I click on that, will go to success. When success is there, so it will extract the email and password separately. Okay, when password is admin123, will go to success.html, else it will return the error there. Fine. So we'll go to success.html now. So one more file we need to create, success.html, where if success is done, then we'll go to profile visit. Okay, so let's create one more file, which will be the success.html in the template, success.html. Okay, fine. So here we'll create the HTML page. Okay, so let's give a title to it. Success. Okay, and in the body we'll write something in the header format like h2 format, login successful. Okay, that's it. And below to that we'll add a link, okay, to another file like view profile. So like for example, if success is done, then I will go to view profile, where the profile of the particular person can be visible. Okay, it's completed. Let's add view profile. Yeah, that's it. Okay, when success is done, login success will be printed, and below that I will have a link view profile. When I clicking on that view profile, view profile page will be created, that I need to create here in the cookies. Okay, one more thing, this page is stored in templates. I will not store there. I will save it in my home current working directory. Remaining others are exactly at the same position. So I'll run this code. Okay, check it out, how the things are connected and how they will work now. Is it done? Yeah, it's running now. Let's go to localhost. Yeah. Okay, so our page is called, login page is called. So enter the email ID and enter the password. Okay, okay. Now don't save, enter correct password. Exactly, the error is called because I enter the password 123456. When I enter the admin123 password, so let's use admin123, that time only cookie will be created and will be forwarded to the next page, that is success. Yes, now I got login successful, and here on this particular page again cookies is present, and I want to forward this cookie to other page also. Which one? View profile, which I have created here. When I click on that, this page is not yet created. I need to create that particular page. That page will also contain the cookie email, which is set inside the request object as a set cookie. Okay, so that information will be forwarded. Let's see for view profile what happens. Okay, so I am at the front page again. Now I have to create one more page here, one more HTML file, which is view profile. Okay, so view profile.html I will be creating here, and in this particular page I'll just get the information of the name, but before that, how you forward that, let's write that view profile here also. Okay, so I need to create one more system here by which we can create the, okay, so let's create one more function, define profile. Okay, wait a minute, let's use the route. Okay, for view profile, correct, view profile. And in case of the view profile, we'll get the cookies and we'll print the cookies there. So let's get the cookies. Email is equal to request dot, okay, so request dot cookies dot get. Okay, so what cookies we require here? Email. Okay, so last page also will get the cookie which is set inside the request object, and let's create a response object here also by using make response as seen previously. Will render the template for the page like profile.html. Okay, that is what we require. Profile, what is that? View profile.html. View profile.html. Okay, and let's forward the cookie to that particular page. Okay, so I am extracting that cookie here, extracted in the variable email, and I am passing that cookie, email cookie, to the keyword argument name that I can extract, okay, there in the system, there in the program basically. Okay, return the response, yes. Okay, so profile is added, view profile URL is created, route is created. It will get the cookie from there. When I visit view profile, extract the cookie and create a response. Okay, create a response over here. View.viewprofile.html will be rendered by passing the email ID to it, and that email ID HTML will receive. Remember that cookie operations are done only within the Python program. Your HTML can't use it. For passing that information to HTML, we need to write the functions with the respective route, and you can pass this information like that. Okay, so I pass that information in the email by rendering the template when you call view profile. So let's go for view profile and write and extract that information here in the view profile. Okay, so let's title, okay, view your profile. Okay, let's go to the body, and let's create something like welcome kind of message will write there. Okay, so let's use header like h3 welcome, and here email ID will print. Okay, that email ID is sent in the variable name. Okay, so welcome and something message will be printed after that. That's it. Okay, so I'll get that cookie here on the final page also, view profile.html. With the help of this, I am passing the name. That name will appear here. That email ID actually will appear here. That will be printed here on view profile.html. Okay, so this is how the deployment is done. Let's run the code. Okay, check it out. Yeah, it's running now. Refresh. Email ID, enter wrong password. It was done already. Yeah, enter correct password. Error is called. Then enter the correct password. Then only cookies are created. Okay, now login successful is done, and if you click on view profile, you can check the link below here. Okay, click on that. Now welcome. So that cookie is extracted again in view profile, and it is sent to profile.html file. So this is, I have transferred the data from first to second, second to third in this way. This information, the information that you want to persist through all the pages of your application, we need to set inside the cookies. Maybe you can save the password also, but password is very sensitive information, that's not required to store there. You can check it out here. The security application is asking to save the password here or not. Okay, so information that we can forward with the help of it, like with the help of cookies, this information forwarding is possible. So what we have done, I'll just have a short revision of it. Okay, what we have done, we started with the login page is created here, which contain the success page that we will call. Here we'll have an email ID and password entered. When I click on OK, we'll go to success by the post method. So success is deployed already here. When I got the success with the post method, I'm extracting email and storing email, password in password. I'm just checking whether password is admin123 or not. If it is there, then the response is created, okay, in the form of success.html, and then in that response, this is required to create first. When the response is created, then only I can set the cookie. Email extracted here, I am sending into email format. This is the key and value. Return that response when password is correct. When password is not correct, that time I am returning, redirecting to URL for the error function. So error function is here. Okay, it's returning only enter correct password information. After that, here also I can write something which will forward the request back to me, like any particular URL also you can connect. That's possible. It's extra part that we can, as per usability, we can add it over there. Okay, success, fine. And now when you go to the success page, success.html page, here, there I have added login successful and view profile option. When I click on view profile, okay, so here view profile is running. view profile will get the cookie like this, request.cookies.get email. So that cookie is extracted and stored in variable email. And after that I am creating this response, make response render template view profile, and pass your keyword argument as parameter to it, so that email ID will be passed to the respective HTML page and return the response. If you go to HTML page here, I am extracting that which is passed from the view profile Python file to the HTML file here, that will be extracted. It will show welcome and the email ID there. So this is how the cookies communication in the Python programming language is possible by Flask application development. So as per your requirement, you just can create your design of cookies, which the information that you want to persist through all the pages of the application, you put in the cookie and create your application with this. Practice it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.